Hello there, welcome to part 4 of preparing company accounts. This video is all about reconciliations. So far, I've covered the basics of year-end accounts, what they are, why you need them, etc., etc. We then moved into the bookkeeping, doing all the bookkeeping, what needs to be accounted for when preparing year-end accounts. And in the previous video, I went through corrections, reviewing the accounts and making corrections, including common errors, common mistakes that you'll need to rectify before preparing the year-end accounts. This is part 4, reconciliations. Now, as mentioned in previous videos, this is a year-end course. It's not a bookkeeping course. It's also not a reconciliations course. If you want to learn about reconciliations, I have a free course. Once again, it's currently under construction, but if you're watching this video at a later time, it's probably up and running. It's all for free. There'll be a link below that will teach you all about reconciliations. But just to give some insight and to help this video have some grounding, let's briefly go over reconciliations. So reconciliations 101. What are they? Why are they needed? And how do you do them? So when it comes to reconciling the accounts, what we're trying to do is we're trying to review all the transactions that are showing on a particular account by comparing them to an actual statement of transactions. And the best way to give an example of this is to talk about a bank account, because that's a very common account that is reconciled. So on your accounting software or your Excel file, you'll have all the transactions that you've put in for the bank account, the money in, the money out. So there'll be payments from customers and investment from directors and shareholders, and there'll be payments to the landlord and payments to all sorts of suppliers. There's money in and money out of the bank account. And when you reconcile that bank account, what you're going to do is review all those transactions against an actual bank statement, which should be a true reflection of the money in and out of that account. So you can simply go through the transactions on the software or on your spreadsheet against the actual statement. And the whole purpose of doing this is it will highlight any errors in your accounts. It will show potential duplicates that you have or missing transactions, and missing transactions are the most common error that a reconciliation will identify that you can then rectify. So that is the what, why, and how of reconciliations. If you're using accounting software, then reconciliations are made much easier, because accounting software has reconciliation tools, has reconciliation features that really make this reconciliation process much easier. Now, preparing year-end accounts requires more than just reconciling the bank account. So most bookkeepers will reconcile the bank account perhaps once a month, maybe more often if it's a bigger business. But preparing the year-end accounts requires more than just the bank account being reconciled. So let's have a look at that. So reconciliations. Which accounts need to be reconciled before preparing year-end accounts? The first is bank accounts. Now, I've spoken about the bank account, the current account, the checking account already, but there could be multiple bank accounts. There could be multiple checking accounts. There could be savings accounts, company savings accounts too. So all of these accounts will need reconciling, not just the main current account, checking account for the business, but all the bank accounts that are in the company's name will need to be reconciled. Loan accounts. This includes bank loans, other loans, mortgages, any accounts where the business has borrowed money and there's going to be repayments and interest. These things will need to be reconciled. And generally, when it comes to loan accounts, the repayments are showing because they've come from the bank account, but the interest isn't. So when you get a statement for the loan, for the mortgage, you'll be able to see the interest charges, add them to the loan account, and then fully reconcile that loan account. Credit card accounts, all company credit cards will need to be reconciled. Tax accounts. Now this is a common one that's never done. It's very rare that I do a set of accounts that I'm given someone's books and the tax accounts are correct. So the tax accounts will need to be reconciled. So you'll compare the tax accounts against statements. So that could be corporation tax, it could be social security and things like that, national insurance. You can get a statement from the tax authority, so here in the UK that would be HMRC, and compare what's showing on those statements to what you have in the company books. Customer and supplier accounts. Now this is an interesting one. Suppliers can provide statements at request. They may also just send statements once a month. So you have a statement from a supplier that you can check against supplier accounts. And you can also send customers statements, and then that gives them an opportunity to come back to you and say, well, that doesn't look right, I made a payment which isn't showing, or we never received this invoice. So you can have statements that you raise and send to customers, and then you have statements that are received from suppliers. I'm not suggesting that you go through every customer and supplier account and reconcile it. That will be very time consuming, and preparing year-end accounts, if you're a tax accountant, that's probably not in your remit, is to go through all the customers and supplier accounts. But what I do suggest you do is run, say, an age debtors report, an age creditors report, see if any accounts don't look right. So you might have a supplier account that is in debit, or a customer account that's in credit, which obviously isn't right. Or there could be some very old debts on these customer or supplier accounts, and that could highlight there's an error there. It could also highlight that these debts need to be written off, so you can create bad debts and post them to the accounts. So all these things need reconciling. Bank accounts, loan accounts, credit card accounts, tax accounts, and then selected customer and supplier accounts. When all the bookkeeping is done, when you've reviewed everything to ensure its accuracy, when you've reconciled everything, you're then ready to actually start the year-end process and start making year-end adjustments, which leads us into our next video, which is part 5. I hope you're enjoying this series. I'm loving it. I hope you're enjoying it too. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Feel free to like, to comment. It's all appreciated. Any support you can give, I'm truly thankful for. And I'll speak to you in the next video.